Now on WRDE Coast TV.
Marijuana in Milford City Council taking their turn at a debate that we've seen up and down the coast.
A pet shop owner in downtown Rehoboth stocks treats and toys. How businesses in Rehoboth Beach are faring after the lingering effects of Ophelia.
A cool but overall pleasant evening here along the coast. I'll let you know if this great weather will last. Coming up in just a few moments.
This land in Milton is drawing public attention. How a proposed development is causing people to call for a traffic study.
From the beaches to the bays, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News at 6 starts right now.
The sale of marijuana up for discussion in Milford. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Milford City Council looking into how recreational pot could play a role in the city.
There are currently no restrictions for recreational dispensaries in Milford City Code, but that may change. Coast TV News reporter Charles Reiner is live there in Milford. Charles, the city says it wants to go about the topic carefully.
Maddie, Milford is the next place on a long list of communities that is trying to figure out what to do with the recently legalized drug. Now, there is a workshop tonight here at City Hall discussing the land use codes for businesses that would look to sell recreational pot, or be recreational pot dispensaries rather, and how that code would change if the city council chooses to ban the sale of marijuana. So in simpler terms, the city of Milford has a list in its code of different kinds of businesses that are not allowed within city limits, such as wrecking yards for cars, for example. The discussion tonight would revolve around how the city would add marijuana to this list if they choose to ban the sale of it. There is no vote tonight, but one city spokesperson said today that the discussion is an important one.
Just want to make sure that all of council is on the same page. They asked to have this conversation, and so staff put together the report to be able to just present the facts.
Bloom says there are already 2 businesses in the city of Milford that grow medical marijuana. So if the city does choose to ban the sale of recreational pot, they have to be careful on how they do so. I'm Charles Reiner, live in Milford, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Charles. Coastal towns recently and the past few months have been considering marijuana bans. Some already have restrictions. The town of Dagsboro held a meeting for the proposed ban September 18th. Nothing decided there. The town says it's meeting again October 23rd to evaluate further. However, Rehoboth and Bethany Beach passed approved ordinances banning marijuana businesses like retail stores and manufacturing facilities on August 18th. And Ocean City and Dewey Beach moved to restrict pot shortly after it was legalized. Other coastal communities like Lewis have had discussions on potential marijuana bans, but nothing has been passed yet.
A Del Mar man has been arrested for allegedly threatening people with a hand grenade early Tuesday morning. Delaware State Police say troopers arrested 20-year-old Brandon Thompson outside a Sussex Highway Royal Farms in Laurel. According to the police, the investigation revealed Thompson had been at the Royal Farms with a group of friends. At that time, they say an employee overheard Thompson threatening to blow himself up and a woman in the group. Police say they discovered that the woman threatened was Thompson's girlfriend and that he had made more threats after leaving Royal Farms. Troopers say members of the Delaware State Police Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team arrived on the scene, securing the grenade during the arrest.
Before we get to our first alert, meteorologist Alex Seymour, who is in Paul, we take a live look into Ocean City, the 45th Street Tap House. A beautiful evening out there. Good evening, Alex.
Good evening. Yeah, certainly does look like a gorgeous evening out there on that Hershey Exteriors camera. And really, it's a gorgeous evening all across Delmarva with those fall-like temps. And finally, a little bit of sunshine after many, many days of just dreary weather. Right now, as I take a live look out on our Boardwalk Plaza Hotel camera in Rehoboth Beach, we're seeing some breaks in the clouds. A few people out there enjoying the boardwalk this evening. Water's still rough. Temps sitting right around 64 degrees with that northeast wind at 18 miles per hour. You want to get outside and enjoy the weather we're seeing this evening because it goes downhill as we head towards tomorrow and Friday with clouds and unfortunately some rain moving back into this picture. Temps out the door this evening in the mid-60s, so it is a little cool out there, a little fall-like. Winds breezy out of the northeast at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, even as high as 24 miles per hour at the Indian River Inland. That's making it feel a little bit cooler. At least skies are mostly clear, so you can get outside. You can enjoy a little bit of the nicer weather this evening. Dog walking forecast, partly cloudy skies continue as temps fall from the mid-60s now into the 50s overnight.
Thank you, Alex. Despite the erosion and rough waves on the coast, a lot of people got out today to enjoy a long-awaited sunshiny day. Coast TV reporter Tori Seagrave shows us how the storms had been keeping crowds at home and putting a damper on local business.
Chad Miller owns the shop Pet Wants on Rehoboth Avenue. He had many customers today, but last weekend was a different story. He fears this weekend could be more of the same.
Being here in Rehoboth, we are dictated by the weather patterns, but there's a lot of events that are scheduled to happen within the next month, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be okay and we'll brave the storm.
Rehoboth Beach did see some erosion from Storm Ophelia and is still causing major waves. But that's not keeping people from swimming, looking for buried treasure, or just taking in the view. Some leftover storms from Ophelia are on the way for this weekend. Visitors say they won't let it rain on their time in the summer capital.
We're going to walk and stroll and shop and eat, but we're going to, if we can be out, we're going to be out. We only get to do this once a year, and so unless it's too bad.
For businesses like the Coffee House, it is optimistic that this storm will also pass without incident, but slow down customers in the already slow off-season.
It's a little bit tough on business, but we'll be okay. I mean, we've only lost power once ever in the 3 years that we've been open, so hopefully that doesn't happen, but I think we can probably weather the storm.
Even though it is pretty windy out here today on the beach, our Coast TV meteorologists say that the wind will only get gustier starting tomorrow. So keep an eye on our forecast to see how the remnants of Ophelia will impact your weekend. I'm Tori Seagraves in Rehoboth Beach, Coast TV News.
And this brings us to our Coast TV News poll. We want to know, has the bad weather kept you from going out? Let's take an updated look at our results from earlier this evening.
Majority saying no, but not a strong majority.
Yeah, it's not a big majority there.
Still pretty split there.
If you haven't voted yet, you can go to WRDE.com or use our Coast TV mobile app. We'll show you updated results on Coast TV News at 11.
The Millsboro Police Department is requesting the public's assistance in locating video evidence from Plantation Lakes, people who live on Right Way. According to Millsboro Police, a compact track loader similar to the one you see on your screen was stolen from overflow parking just south of the move-in storage facility. Police say that happened between September 24th and 25th after 12:30 a.m. Anybody who might know where that vehicle is, they're asked to contact Millsboro Police.
Chipotle could be coming to the city of Milford. At a recent city meeting, the Milford City Council approved a conditional use request from Helmick Fast Food after the first one expired. Although a tenant hasn't been confirmed yet, the lot that has been vacant for at least a year is located by the Milford Movie 9 Theater.
The town of South Bethany is in talks of possibly lowering the number of parking passes a household can have. In the summer season, only people with parking passes are allowed to park on Ocean Drive. That's the main street before the beach. As of now, homeowners are able to purchase up to 4 parking passes. The town says there's been an issue with not having enough spaces for all the passes that are given out to be used. The town says an alternative might be lowering the number of passes to 3 or 2 per household, but they're exploring many options.
We know that there are people who buy 4 passes and then sell a couple of the passes to people who do not live here so that they can come over and use our beach. And I don't mind them using our beach, but I do mind them using our parking spots when we've got people here who would like to have them.
The town says the next step is for the Planning Commission to do a study to determine how many parking spaces Ocean Drive has and what can be done to help all those parking issues.
The city of Milford will host a North Rehoboth Boulevard and North Walnut Street corridor public input meeting on Wednesday, October 25th. The meeting is going to take place from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Public Works facility. The city says that the purpose of the study is to identify gaps in the pedestrian and bicycle network and provide recommendations to improve bicycle and pedestrian safety in the area. Paving and milling work is scheduled to start tomorrow in Bridgeville. The town says crews will work on roadways at the Heritage Shores community. The town advises homeowners to deactivate their on-lot irrigation systems. This is to avoid having water run out onto the roadway pavement during that work. The town has not said when the work is expected to be completed.
The Cedar Creek Drawbridge on Cedar Creek Road near Slaughter Beach will be closed to traffic starting tomorrow. It's going to be from 7 a.m. to noon for utility relocation work. The agency says the bridge, though, will remain open to boat traffic. There are calls for an updated traffic study as Sussex County planners open the floor for public comment on a proposed development outside Milton.
The early plans show the twin-mast subdivision sitting between Coast Highway and Round Pole Bridge Road, featuring about 250 homes on around 130 acres.
Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk shows us why neighbors are calling for more research before it's put to a vote.
130 acres of land. That could soon look like this instead.
250 houses. That's not a small amount. And you figure 2 cars per person, per family, per house probably. And we're talking about loading up this country road out front with cars all the time.
The proposed subdivision reflects the benefit of much-needed housing in a growing county. But Hysock worries development on her quiet road will bring traffic, congestion, and noise.
Even if they continue to push it through, at the very least we need a new traffic impact study because it was done in 2021 during COVID.
Coast TV News reached out to Sussex County about the potential for an updated traffic study. They said at this time there's been no decision as to whether a new one will be required.
The county also says the first study shown here accounted for the abnormal traffic pattern at the time and anticipated growth. Plus, they say they're working with the nearby airport and the Delaware Department of Transportation to minimize the impact. Yet Hysock worries her street may never look the same.
The next step in determining the future of this plot of land will come after Thursday's public hearing, which will begin at 3 p.m. We have options on our website on how you can attend in person or virtually, and that's WRDE.com. I'm Heidi Kirk in Sussex County, Coast TV News.
The town of Ocean City is telling people where parking is accessible during Ocean's Calling Festival weekend, since it will be limited downtown. If you're driving from outside OC, parking options are available at the West Ocean City Park and Ride, also the Ocean City Convention Center and the 100th Street Municipal Parking Lot. According to the town, public transportation will be available to and from the festival in each of these locations, and each of these lots offer ADA parking. We are just getting started.
Preserving Trap Pond State Park, the opportunity Delaware State Parks is offering to keep history protected.
Well, more dreary weather on the way to the coast. I'll time out when the rain returns, coming up in just a few minutes.
But first, the Millsboro Police Chief shaking hands and building trust with the community. What greater and perhaps surprising purpose the department says community policing serves? That is when we come back in just 60 seconds.
CoastTV will provide you with exceptional customer service and a speedy time frame. I actually reached out to say, if you see me again and I look like a mermaid, it's because I'm pleased with my bathroom and I spend so much time in it.
Right now, get a free shower door or $1,500 off, plus no payments and no interest for 18 months.
I would hands down recommend CoastTV.
Local and family owned. Call or visit coastalbaths.com today.
Boscov's VIP days are back and better than ever. Our biggest home sale of this season. 25% off entire stock of Keurig K-Cups, only $16.49 a box. Our lowest price of the season on kitchen essentials. Placemats, towels, and more, 40% off. Warm and cozy 7-piece comforter sets by Ashley Cooper. 8 styles, any size, $39.99. And men's Spider Tech fleece pullover hoods, quarter zips, and pants, $19.99. During VIP days at all Boscov.
A police chief making conversation with one of the many people he knows in town.
Coast TV reporter Britt Leone takes us to Millsboro to learn what community policing is all about and why the department believes it leads to safer streets.
Millsboro Police Chief Brian Calloway spends a lot of time getting to know the people he's charged with protecting. Today, he's downtown.
What's going on, man? All right. How's business since you moved?
Good. I love it.
You know?
It's casual conversations like this that Calloway says builds trust. It's part of a philosophy the Millsboro Police Department calls community policing. What is community policing?
Community policing is what you do in your community every day. And that's knowing the manager at a store. That's knowing the who works at certain places at certain times so they know that we're there if they're needed.
Along with stopping into local businesses, Callaway says the department also hosts meet and greet events and even helps raise funds for local organizations. While community policing helps people get to know the town's department and the officers in it, Callaway says it serves another purpose you may not expect.
If there was a serious crime that happened at a local store here, if we hadn't developed those relationships with management, things of that nature, we find that victims they're going to be less, they're not going to be as willing to come in and discuss those issues with us.
The goal of this type of police work is to become a part of the community so they can better serve that community if and when the law needs to step in. Chief Callaway tells me you can get to know him and other officers in the department at the next community policing event on October 4th at 8 a.m. at Beachbound Nutrition, which is Coffee with a Cop. I'm Britt Leone in Millsboro for CoastTV News.
Well, Delmarva enjoyed a beautiful fall day today, but dreary weather will be returning to end the week. I'll let you know when rain is most likely. There's no when sunshine would take back over. Coming up just after the break.
I am so proud to announce the 72 Sold was just recognized by the prestigious Inc. 5000 as the #1 fastest growing real estate firm in Arizona and in the top 5 in America. Why? Because our program for selling your home in 8 days for thousands more than selling the traditional way really works. If you care about getting more money for your home, go to the #1 real estate firm in Arizona at 72sold.com.
It's Ocean Down's $25,000 cash splash sweepstakes. Earn scratch-off cards to win prizes. Plus, swipe on September 29th to activate your entries for a chance at a special delivery of $25,000 cash. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
The Powerball jackpot is always a lot of money. Right now, it's a lot of money. Powerball is over $850 million.
That's a lot of money.
Please play responsibly.
Megan the Stallion is my co-host.
I'm the Puppy King.
Teeny weeny beanie. It's a teeny weeny beanie.
Ooh, shit.
Delmarva's classic rock, Big 107.7. Get the WRDE weather app, live radar, and severe weather alerts. Download the free WRDE weather app, built by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Rural communities are on the front lines of a changing climate. Farmers can implement climate-smart practices that improve soil health, nutrient management, and energy efficiency. These practices improve our profitability, resiliency, and help to open new markets.
We know voluntary conservation works and are committed to working with farmers and forest landowners to leverage resources to increase climate resiliency through conservation practices. To learn more about climate-smart practices, scan this QR code to find your local USDA service center.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on CoastTV.
Well, it's a beautiful evening across Delmarva as we take a live look out on our Gateway Subaru camera at the Commander Hotel. Just a few broken clouds out there, seeing some clear skies, a little bit of sunshine, and that's what we've been seeing all day long. So finally, we got rid of some of that dreary weather. The water, though, still looking pretty rough there in Ocean City out there on that Gateway Subaru camera. Temp sitting right around 64 degrees in OC. These easterly winds, that's important. They're going to continue for the next couple of days, so we're going to continue with those rough waters, and we're going to continue to pushing a lot of water towards our coastline. So minor coastal flooding going to remain an issue until early this weekend at times of high tide. So just be aware of that if you do live near any of those inland bays or near the Delaware Bay or near the Assateague Bay in Ocean City. You're going to be dealing with some flooded roadways at high tide. Otherwise, not looking too bad, at least this evening. The weather goes downhill again tomorrow, though. Temps out the door. They're in the mid-60s this evening. Winds Still quite breezy out of the northeast at about 10 to 20 miles per hour at the beaches, a little bit lighter inland. Satellite radar picture not showing a whole lot, mainly clear skies right now. That's not going to be the case all night long, though. We're going to start to see those clouds increase again. See this area of low pressure? Well, that's the remnants of Ophelia. That is still hanging around. It moved through Delmarva, moved off the coastline, dropped south, and now it's going to be moving right back north again. A much weaker version, but still rain and some gusty winds going to return starting tomorrow. The area of low pressure works its way up towards our area. We can see that on our in-house futurecast by 8 a.m. Cloudy skies have returned. We stay cloudy all day long. A few hit-and-miss showers during the afternoon and evening hours. Nothing too heavy. And that's going to continue to be the case into Friday morning. We're probably going to be dealing with those misty kinds of conditions. So you want to grab an umbrella tomorrow. You want to grab an umbrella Friday. We're going to have to keep a close eye, though. Our in-house futurecast is actually suggesting that you see these yellows and orange shadings, some heavier rain working its way into the area Friday evening, heading into late Friday night, early Saturday morning. That could increase those rainfall totals by a pretty significant amount. But the good news is it should clear out by Saturday afternoon, no matter what. Rainfall totals, well, a little bit of question marks when it comes to those rainfall totals. Our futurecast showing the potential for several inches of rain across portions of Delmarva. I'm thinking it's likely overdoing it. We're probably going to hover more in that half an inch to an inch range. But some locally higher amounts certainly can't be ruled out, especially if we get any of those heavier rainfall events, rain showers developing during Friday afternoon. Winds, they're going to remain gusty. Take a look at that. Thursday afternoon, winds gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour again. Right at the beaches, inland locations, much lighter winds. Our Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast. It's cloudy, it's rainy, and it's cool Thursday and Friday, but the weekend looks beautiful. Plenty of sunshine with highs in the 70s.
Alex, thank you. Delaware State Parks are looking for volunteers to help preserve history at Trap Pond State Park, one tombstone at a time. According to the department, Trap Pond is home to 8 cemeteries, and due to vegetation and weather affecting the cemeteries, officials are asking volunteers to help clean tombstones, repair fences, and write records of tombstone engraving. If interested, you can sign up online to volunteer.
Fenwick Island Police is accepting applications for its department. According to the town, the department is looking for a police clerk, officer, and corporal. The town says applicants who are applying for officer and corporal positions should be COPT certified in Delaware. Officials say that applications can be found online and on the town's website.
At Draper Media, we're inviting you to celebrate health, wealth, and home at the Shore Living Expo. Watch live demonstrations and shop local vendors, from crafts to home, boats to cars to RVs. You don't want to miss it. Admission is free at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center this Saturday from 10 to 4.
Yeah, Mr. Oriole tragically passed away yesterday at the age of 86. He was a 2-time World Series champion, 18-time All-Star, and the franchise cornerstone at third base, played 23 years here in the Charm City. We spoke with fans before the game to talk about his impact on the franchise and just how special tonight is honoring him.
You knew who he was as a person. He just came off as wholesome every day. I mean, you heard the stories from our parents, everybody all had the same words about him. He was the most genuine person you ever met, and it carried on. His autograph ain't worth nothing because he signed so many of them.
He's a legend. He was always great to the community. He's one of the awesomest third basemen that we've ever had. It's a great legend, and it's a great thing to do for somebody that's done what he's done for the community.
And the best way to honor 5 is by dropping that AL East magic number down to 0.
They do it tonight, man. You know, the Red Sox, they almost came back last night, but, you know, being an Orioles fan, we don't root for Boston too often. But if there was a night to root for Boston, you know, tonight's the night, and we just got to take care of business and win tonight as well.
First pitch for Baltimore against the Nationals is tonight at 6:35 from Camden Yards. Reporting from outside Oriole Park here in Baltimore, Tim Nolan, DSN.
Experience the ultimate in relaxation at Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury. Introducing health and wellness recliners and sofas with deep tissue massage and soothing therapeutic heat to restore your body and relax your mind. The Zero Gravity Recliner also elevates your legs above your heart to alleviate pressure on your joints, promote circulation, and reduce swelling in your legs and feet. Now at Alton Brothers, the health and wellness recliners start at just $7.99. Have you been to Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury lately?
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose one of 5 flavors for endless combinations, including new Nashville Hot. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
The American black duck is an iconic species, well known throughout the Delmarva Peninsula. Although the population is currently stable, they're well below their population goals and they're considered a species of concern. The USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service looks to increase and restore black duck habitat throughout the Delmarva Peninsula.
I utilize the Working Lands for Wildlife program to help transform a low-lying wet area into waterfowl habitat.
To learn more about the Working Lands for Wildlife program, contact your local USDA Service Center.
Whether you live at the beach, travel to the beach, or want to know what's going on at the beach, get the WRDE News app. The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Download the WRDE News app on your Apple or Android devices. Just search WRDE Coast TV. The WRDE Coast TV News app. Coverage you can count on.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new chicken tender platters. Crunchy, juicy tenders all dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded. With a thick slice of garlicky Texas toast, seasoned crinkle fries, slaw, and choice of sauce. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Cap off the season with the 4 best days of fall at Sunfest. Experience the ultimate celebration of food, drinks, arts, crafts, and entertainment along the boards from October 19th to the 22nd. Embrace fall with a variety of fun activities, including beach bonfires, corn maze, tractor rides, and pet and bicycle events. Shop around over 200 arts and crafts vendors. Immerse yourself in music with an incredible lineup of free musical performances. Enjoy free family fun all day. Visit oceocean.com/sunfest for more.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Well, we've still got a little bit of time to get outside and enjoy the gorgeous evening we're seeing across Delmarva before the sun goes down. You want to get outside and enjoy it now because tomorrow the clouds return, the showers return. Fishing forecast not looking too great with temps climbing into the 60s. Good news is we do clear out our Shore Living Expo Saturday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Wycomico Youth and Civic Center. Well, it looks like we're going to see partly cloudy skies. Temps, they're going to be climbing into the low to mid 70s Saturday afternoon.
Thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And make sure you tune in tonight. We're going to see you on Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.